Hey, true believers, Englentine here with another top 10 comic books sold to readers. Now, once again, this is the comic books that are leaving the shops, not the comic books being ordered. That's Comicron, awesome list. We're focusing on what people are walking out of the shops with. Also, we're going to go on over to Comixology, the biggest digital comic book store in the world, and we're going to check out who wins the digital week, DC or Marvel. These are the comic shops who are participating, so by all means, if you're in their area, stop by, say hi, maybe buy something, and don't forget to support your local comic book shop. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. At number 10, we have the Fantastic Four Wedding Special. Justice League Dark number 6 comes in at number 9. Number 8 brings us Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, number 11. At number 7, we have Detective Comics 994. At number 6 is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1. In the number 5 spot, Superman number 6 from Brian Michael Bendis. At number 4 is Amazing Spider-Man number 11. At number 3, we have Batman Annual number 3. At number 2 is The Batman Who Laughed number 1. And that means at number 1 we have Batman Damned, number 2. I guess we have a lot of people wondering if there's going to be more Batawang. I could say DC Comics won the week, but come on. It's Batman. Batman won the week. He's got the top 3. Superman is the other DC Comics in the top 5. Amazing Spider-Man's the only one that could break it at number 4. The count is 6-4 with Justice League for DC showing up at number 9. And, of course, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and Miles Morales being the other 3 Marvel. So, congratulations, DC, on the hard copies. And I guess more people was interested in whatever was happening in Amazing Spider-Man than how Brian Michael Bendis is looking to ruin Superboy. But that's just me. Anyway, that is just my opinion on what the countdown here. So we're going to go on over to the comic shops and find out what they have to say. The week belonged to Batman, taking 4 of the top 10 books. Biggest mistake of the week was my ordering of the FF Wedding Special. Not a good year for comic book weddings. I figured at least all my regular FF readers will buy it, plus maybe a few extras that are curious. Nope. $5 book died on the shelf. I would have done better playing the horses with that money. Evidently, there is no such thing as a regular FF reader, as the book is constantly delayed. Can't find a regular artist, and there is no regular number because it drops with every issue they produce. Plus, the wedding special was a train wreck anyway. Can't blame the customer. I should have cut to sell out first week instead of having any faith in it. Plenty of money lost. On the flip side, everyone is digging Tomasi on Detective. Hope it leads to a strong Detective 1000. 2 lessons that the comic book industry has taught us this year are in that particular paragraph. 1, wedding specials, not good, especially if you're not going to go through with them. 2, Tomasi good, Brian Michael Bendis bad. Very simple lesson to learn. Batman is back on top this week at FFF, taking 5 of the top 10 spots on our bestseller list. Batman Who Laughs actually outsold Batman Damned, but both sold over 50 copies more than the 3rd place book, Amazing Spider-Man. Batman Damned doesn't seem to have slowed down, as we've actually seen people who came into our shop for the first time for number 1 come back for the 2nd issue. It hasn't sold as quickly as number 1 did, but over the next week, I expect we'll almost sell out. It just says almost out all of, I can't even read this. Almost all of our remaining copies, it doesn't say sell. So, okay, that's where I got confused. The Batman Annual this week tied with Amazing, which is no surprise as people are loving Tom King's run, even after the whole wedding thing. It's pretty wild to see him maintain the numbers he has for this far into his run. Detective Comics still sells well as placing just behind the annual in terms of copies sold. I imagine as we get closer to 1,000, we'll see an uptick in sales on the title. Miles Morales hit the top 10 close to the middle. Into the Spider-Verse has definitely brought some curious readers in, looking for something like the film. And it's a nice change of pace to actually have a new #1 to suggest, along with tried and true trades. All in all, even though the major shares of this week's sales went to DC and Batman in particular, it's nice to see Marvel books both hold solid numbers and start out strong. It feels like this could be a positive change in direction for sure. 2 lessons learned from the FFF entry right here. 1, like we said before, it just works when you have a comic book that resembles whatever the movie is. They're commercials for the comics. That's just the way it works. We were right. We're still right. 2, I should stop trying to cold read all the entries from FFF. They're just too damn big to read first try on microphone. Just saying. Batman D-word, as a customer said to me one day this week, ruled the roost. In fact, Batman took the top 3 slots without the main title. Batman Annual sold okay, but lots of people put it back because it appeared to have no relation to the current story. And also, no Tom King. Spider-Man made a smaller impact, but nevertheless still took 3 top slots, with Miles leading the sales. I noticed lots of new readers gravitating towards him. I think we've reached a point where he speaks more to new readers, and Peter is a little more abstract. I don't know about that because you still have Peter Parker in the MCU. I would say there's a movie out now, so maybe people are more curious about him. You could make that connection, or at least that's the connection I would make. The top half of the list is dominated by DC and Marvel's respective top franchises, Batman and Spider-Man. Of biggest note are the first issues of Batman Who Laughs and Miles Morales Spider-Man. Both opened with good numbers at our store. The second half of the list is more very familiar faces with the likes of Superman, The Flash, and some X-Men. This is a farewell issue of the X-Men Red book, a book I am quite sad to see the end of. I would say that's one, but in all honesty, X-Men Red tends to be in the countdown quite a bit. So there are people who are big fans of X-Men Red. I don't understand why, but they are there. Indie Action Fantasy Series Headlooper had a great week, making it to #3 on our bestseller list. That's no small feat. With a movie out this week, the first issue of Miles Morales Spider-Man also did well. Unsurprisingly, the 2 Batman titles led in sales this week, including the previously controversial Batman Damned. The new Vertigo series Goddess Mode also made it into our list this week. That is a lot of bland. Seriously, I like the art in Batman Damned. The story just kind of is flat to me. Goddess Mode is just flat all around with a stupid haircut. DC wins the week on a 6-4 split with Marvel, but DC also managed to take our store's top 3 with a Batman triumvirate. Batman Damned #2 scores a big win, selling more copies on day 1 than the first issue did, and that's even without any sort of nudity controversy. Fantastic Four Wedding Special comes in at 4th place, beating a trio of great Spider-Man books to establish itself as Marvel's best-selling book for the week. Independent titles got pushed way to the bottom of the list, with Magic Order the only indie to take place in our store's top 20. Well, at least one shop had some good luck with a Fantastic Four Wedding Special. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Millar and his universe in the Magic Order, but hey, you know, you like what you like, I guess. But that is that, as they say, and we're going to go on over to Comixology now and see who wins the digital week. DC, Marvel, maybe the Independents, and as I always say and tell this joke, it's not going to be the Independents. At #10, we have the Fantastic Four Wedding Special. #9 brings us the Uncanny X-Men, #5. At #8, we have the Amazing Spider-Man, #11. #7 brings us Miles Morales, Spider-Man, #1. At #6 is Detective Comics, 994. The Avengers, #11, makes it to the #5 spot. At #4, we have Batman Damned, #2. At #3 is Superman, #6, by Brian Michael freaking Bendis. And the runner-up position at number 2, The Batman Who Laughed, number 1. And in the number 1 position, The Batman Annual, number 3. Wow, tie score 5-5, and if you just juxtaposed Avengers and Detective Comics, DC would have ruled the top 5 while Marvel was completely owning the back 5 of the top 10 there. Now, I've said this before, without that head start, DC loses the countdown. That's a consistent thing. Marvel owns this back 10, but we're going to check out, we're going to spread out to the top 20 and see how everybody does here. At number 11, it is Justice League Dark number 6, making it 6 for DC, 5 for Marvel. X-Men Red ties it up at number 12. It is now 6 Marvel, 6 DC. At number 13, The Flash steps up for DC. It's now 7 for DC, 6 for Marvel. Wonder Woman makes her appearance at number 14. It's now 8 DC, 6 Marvel. At number 15, we have Titans, number 31. It's now 9-6 in DC's favor. At number 16, we have The Game Changer, The Magic Order, number 5. This means it's going to be a Marvel or DC win. But who? At number 17, we have Star Wars Dr. Aphra, number 27. It is now 9-7 in DC's favor. And that seals it. Hawkman comes in at number 18 and wins it for DC Comics. It is 10-7, 1 independent. There's no way that Marvel can catch up. They can only, at this point, make a show. And at number 18, X-23 steps in to make it 10-8. And at number 20, we have the Spectacular Spider-Man number 313. So that makes it 10-9 to 1. DC wins the week again. And I did get nervous because I have seen DC lose with better odds for them. But yeah, I'm very happy to see Hawkman in the top 20. I think that's something that deserves to be in the top 10 on a regular basis. But that's just me. I'm a different breed of cat. Good to see that DC was 1-1. You know I'm a big DC fan. I know that at some point in time, Marvel's going to win it back. This has just been that kind of year. All right, but that is what my opinion is. That's what the comic shop's opinion is. Those are the countdowns. What do you think? What do you think should have been higher? Like I think Hawkman should have. What do you think should have been lower? Let me know in the comments below. Or whatever you have to say about the countdown or any of the books, let me know in the comments below as well. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, of course. Get word out about the channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And more importantly, hit that notification bell because it seems like YouTube doesn't even want to notify anybody of anything, but hopefully they do their job sometime. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Dang it, I did it again. Here's the X-23 cover, and of course remember X-Men Red was part of the countdown as well.